how much have you guys offensively looked back at last year's tape against Clemson where you did some things out of the ordinary on offense? And since you've had 2 weeks to get ready, is it safe to assume we'll see some different things, or do you think what you're doing now will be good enough to be successful?
Well, obviously, in our last two performances, we haven't done enough to be successful. So there will be obviously some changes. I think from a personnel standpoint, from a schematic standpoint, when you have a little extra time, you are able to look at some different things. And, Phil, I think you always go back and watch that tape, not necessarily from what you did, but how you were defensed. You're always going back to see a coordinator and how he's done things against you before, because obviously if he took it into a game plan before, he thought it might be a good idea. So I think those are things that you always go back and study your opponent, not necessarily of what you've done, but maybe what you've seen, because that's what you're trying to prepare our players for. Is what are you going to see on game day? And then how are we going to block these runs, and how are we going to protect here, and route concepts and such.